So this is Hell House, the otherworld variant of the Shepherd household. Here we'll find otherworldish things like random machinery, blood, orange, rust, fans, and grates. The only really important thing about Doom House is a switch attached to the staircase in the foyer. The 4 lights above it indicate which of 4 locked rooms Alex has access to. If Alex pulls the switch, he opens one of these rooms while locking the previous one. Each room contains a puzzle that, once completed, will light up a corresponding symbol at the corner of the front door. Once all 4 symbols are lit, the door will unlock. As we wander around Hell House, we'll come across peculiar masks. There are 3 of them, each denoting a different emotion: anger, indifference, and sadness. In the dining room, we'll find 2 corpses back to back, each with a sentence scribbled above them. One says, "To hide her pain, this mask she must wear," while the other says, "Behind this mask, her heart was laid bare." It's a bit odd that these sentences refer to women when the corpses are both male, but anyway. So the idea here is to put the masks on the bodies in the correct order, but before we do that, we should consider who this poem is referencing. Inspecting the masks will give us a clue as to who this person is. Alex will talk about his mother on each mask, leading us to believe that the woman in the poem is Lillian Shepard. Based on the previous conversations we had with her, we can assume that the emotion she used to hide her pain was indifference, while she actually felt sadness. Lillian hardly ever got angry, unless of course you mentioned something about Silent Hill.
You don't know anything about Silent Hill.
Using the indifference and sadness masks on the corresponding corpses will light up a symbol on Hell House's front door.
törs kolla vad det är som händer där ute, men... Vad är det här?
Upon gaining access to Hell House's attic, we'll begin finding medals scattered about. There are 3 total: Heart of Darkness, Vile Acts, and Fallen Star. In the room we find the Fallen Star medal in, we'll also find a jacket that's quite similar to Alex's jacket. There are spaces on the jacket to place 3 medals, but we don't know the correct order that they need to be in. If we examine the case that the star medal is found in, we can see recesses for the other 2 medals, giving us an order: Fallen Star, then Heart of Darkness, and finally Vile Acts. Placing the medals on the jacket in this way will unlock a part of Hell House's front door. It should be noted that the Vile Acts medal features the Boogeyman's pyramid head.
Vem fan är du? Hur kom du in? Jag har ju låst dörren.
Mörkret är något som alla är rädda för. Inte sant? Är du rädd för mörkret? Kevin?
In Alex and Josh's Otherworld bedroom, we'll find a large clock, a poem, and 4 closed windows. There's also a note by someone at Alchemilla Hospital sitting in a corner of the room. If this note seems at all familiar, that's because we've seen it before at the beginning of the game. Anyway, this note mentions room 206. That's right, another puzzle solved with 206. After we turn the clock, the 4 windows in the room will open. One will stand out amongst the others due to a bright orange light coming from the other side of it. This is what that poem on the wall was referencing, with the line, "Only the daylight can save me from my sin." If we stick Josh's Robbie the Rabbit toy on the lit window, the puzzle will be solved, and another symbol will light up on the front door. Making our way to Adam Shepard's kill room, we'll find its otherworld version to be almost exactly the same. The only big difference would be the decapitated Schism hanging out. Its head is on the table, along with several slots for knives. It's these 3 slots we'll need to fill with their corresponding knives in order to unlock this puzzle, which is a simple task provided we've collected all 3 knives. The cleaver, the butcher knife, and the bogeyman knife, aka the bogeyman's letter opener. The cleaver and butcher knife will attach to the backboard, while the boogeyman knife will fit inside the Schism's head. Once all are in place, the final symbol on the front door will light up.
Has to be right. Elle, I thought you were...
She's gone.
Who?
My mom. I can't find her anywhere. The entire town's gone.
I think I know where they are. I found this. I'm not sure what it all means, but we need to get to Silent Hill.
Are you serious?
My dad was serious enough to risk his life going there. That's where Josh is. I'm sure of it.
And everyone else?
Alex, you there?
Wheeler, I thought we lost you.
You're not getting rid of me that easy.
Glad to hear it. We have a lot to fill you in on. In the meantime, can you get us a boat? We're going to Silent Hill.
I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for? This isn't your fault.
No. About earlier today. Flyers.
Forget it. I should apologize. It's just... this place brings back bad memories for me.
You know, I never understood why you left. And one day you were just gone. Look, I didn't say it before, but I'm glad you're back. I feel safer with you here. Everything's just been falling apart around us, you know, but you just keep moving forward.
I don't have a choice.
Yes, you do. You could just leave again.
Alex, tell me what you know about Silent Hill.
I know Joshua and I were told 100 times never to go there.
Yeah, my mom was pretty strict about it too.
Yeah, well, your parents are right. I'll tell you. It all fits. All those things we've seen in Shepherd's Glen, the nightmares.
What do you mean?
Silent Hill is what I mean. The place has bad history. Always has.
You been there?
Didn't need to. I heard enough. When I decided to move east, I was looking at a job in Brahms, working with the police. At the time, they had this cop. I can't remember her name, but she'd gone to Silent Hill.
Well, what happened to her?
No one knows. I found her bike outside of town. But I'd heard rumors about the people who lived there. Let's just say they're not too friendly to people who don't share their beliefs.
The Order.
Yeah. And when I met with your father about working in Shepherd's Glen, he told me I would never have to go to Silent Hill. I guess there's some sort of irony here.
Do you really think we're gonna find anyone there? Took her from my mother's room the morning Laura disappeared. I haven't taken it off since.
Wow. Look at that hair.
Up. Sure.
I'm just happy to see that something's gotten better since I left.
Alex, there's a light up ahead. I think we might be at the pier.
What should we do?
Turn off our light. I don't want anybody to know we're coming.
Elle! Wheeler! Let go of her!
Hell House is a very special place. At this point in the game, we've all become accustomed to the Otherworld and its orange metal fan habits, but Hell House is evil for a whole other set of reasons. Glitches. For some reason, Hell House was severely neglected from a debugging perspective. The bugs here range from hilarious to controller-throwingly infuriating. Each of the following glitches are well documented, and it's highly recommended that if you play this game on your own, save your game as soon as you enter. Twice. This bug is thought to occur after you solve any puzzles in Hell House before the clock puzzle. What happens is that the solution to the clock puzzle is no longer 206, it's random. Rotating the hour and minute hands along the clock will eventually reveal the solution, but this is extremely annoying and time-consuming. Though this glitch can be fixed by reloading a previous save. After completing a puzzle in Hell House, an emblem located on the front door should light up, letting you know that you are one puzzle closer to being allowed to leave. But sometimes, totally at random, after completing one puzzle, one of the previous lit emblems will become unlit. Now, most of the time it's just a graphical bug, but there are cases where people were not able to leave Hell House due to this glitch. Also, if you're playing the game for the first time, you might think that the puzzles need to be solved in a particular order because of this, which is not the case and will just waste your time. Falling victim to any Hell House glitches will increase the likelihood of this glitch. Robbie the Rabbit is normally found floating in a blood tub on the second floor of Hell House, but sometimes Robbie simply won't be there. Since Robbie is an item used to solve the clock puzzle, you won't be able to get out of Hell House if this bug occurs. Your save file will become corrupted and you will be forced to load from a previous save. Before the attic area containing the metal puzzle, you can see a series of alcoves along the wall. If you walk over and investigate any of these alcoves, you will become stuck. There is no way to get out of this once it happens. This glitch occurs if you leave any mask on any of the corpses in Hell House's dining room and you save your game. Doing so will cause one or both of the masks to simply vanish, never to return. There will be an icon to take the non-existent mask off of the corpse, but it will not appear in your inventory. It's simply gone. This bug corrupts your save file, and if either the indifferent or sadness masks were lost, it forces you to reload another save file. About a week before Silent Hill Homecoming was released, Konami's tiny official website for the game was updated with diaries for Alex, Elle, and Deputy Wheeler. These diaries follow the characters a few months before the events of Homecoming. Alex's diary starts by describing his army life. He complains about the heat and describes a man's legs being blown off in front of him. He also fondly remembers his time with both Josh and Elle and how his parents give Josh preferential treatment. But on August 10th, he goes on a night mission and the entries stop for some time. On August 22nd, he writes that the mission he went on was a trap and that an RPG hit a wall that he was taking cover behind, knocking him unconscious. He wakes up in a US military hospital being treated for his wounds. He then goes on to describe how amazing the nurse's titties are. Obviously, this is meant to be the origin of Homecoming's nurse monster, but it's still hilarious. Alex apparently suffered serious injury to his legs, and he details the physical therapy he endures as he learns to walk again. Then he starts describing nightmares he's having, which are nearly identical to the nightmare he has at the start of Homecoming. As he starts to have these nightmares every night, he begins to feel that Josh is in trouble. The doctors don't want him to leave because they think that it's post-traumatic stress disorder, but Alex decides to escape the hospital by hitching a ride to Shepherd's Glen via the highway nearby. Elle's diary begins with Elle describing her mother and father as withdrawn. Also, she's a girl. Also, every other sentence she writes is sarcastic as hell. There's really not much of importance here save for a few tidbits about the mayor of Shepherd's Glen being a drunk, the town gradually decaying, Judge Holloway and Alex's relationship being pretty good, and people disappearing. As more and more people disappear, Elle begins talking to Deputy Wheeler about it. Elle describes a murky gray cloud descending upon the town and seeing things and hearing noises. She tells her readers that she can be found at the sheriff's station with Deputy Wheeler, which is where she's found in-game. Wheeler's diary is just a whole bunch of crazy shit about conspiracy theories and other crap. He eventually talks about things of relevance, namely the sheriff leaving mysteriously, the mayor cutting down his vineyard and writing the words, "Stop looking at me," in the dirt, the town hall being barren, secretive townsfolk, and Elle asking him questions about missing people. I've included links to each of these diaries in the description of this video so you can read them for yourself if you enjoy that sort of thing. The cop from Bram's Wheeler's talking about here is probably Sybil Bennett from Silent Hill 1. Sybil was a major character in that game who can be seen driving into Silent Hill via her motorcycle during the intro cinematic. Her sweet hog is found abandoned moments later by Harry Mason. Sybil's fate remains unclear, though if Wheeler is to be believed, it's possible that she never made it out of Silent Hill alive. In Silent Hill 1, Harry can kill Sybil when she becomes possessed by the parasite that possessed doctors and nurses. Or, if he uses Aglaophotis on her, Sybil can be saved and will appear at the very end of the game, escaping Silent Hill along with Harry. Silent Hill 3 made Sybil's fate even more confusing since she's nowhere to be found in that game. Some argue that this is because the canon ending for Silent Hill 1 is the good ending, where Sybil is killed by Harry. But it's not hard to imagine Sybil simply leaving through some other means after the events of the Good Plus ending. She could have used a car or escaped on foot or something and went into hiding out of fear of the Order, much like what Harry did. But with Silent Hill writer Hiroyuki Owaku saying things like, "What happens to Sybil is left to players' imaginations," I'd just pick whichever fate floats your boat.